Hello and thank you for watching. I'm Jennifer Bowman with Olympia Piano, and in this video I'm going to be doing a tutorial and a playthrough of this book, Boris Berlin's Essential Daily Exercises for Piano. This is my favorite piano technique book to do along with scales and arpeggios and so forth, and in this video we will be approaching set number 16. So the first half of the video will be the tutorial portion. I will do most of the tutorial with my right hand, and then once we get to the playthrough, it'll be back and forth between the hands. So we're going to start with exercise number 1. This is for the independence of the fingers. And so for this exercise, you want to be focusing on building a nice hand position. So that means a nice firm bridge right here, gentle curve to the fingers, no caving on the first knuckle, and then playing on this finger pad. And you can find the finger pad grip point by standing up. So usually I put my wrist a little bit lower, and then I just gently shift it up until I feel the point at which my fingers are really gripping the keys. If I go too far, they're gonna feel like they're gonna fall off. And if I don't go far enough, they feel kind of slippery. So stand up, find the grip point. So this exercise builds independence of each finger, and it is getting progressively more difficult. And I would say this one is pretty difficult. So we're gonna put finger 3 down by itself, a nice firm hand position, finding that grip point, and then talking to fingers 1, 2, 4, 5. Try to get them to play at the same time when they play down. And that's really difficult. So literally I'm focusing and trying to tell each finger to come down, 1, 2, 4, 5 at the same time. What are your fingers going to want to do? They're going to want to go like this. Or maybe some of them will go and others won't press down. It might feel kind of shaky. So do your best. Then we just alternate with finger 4. So 4 is going to be the anchor, and then 1, 2, 3, 5. By the way, 4 is the weakest finger, so this is even more difficult than the first half. You have to say 1, 2, 3, 5, go down together. And so forth. Here's exercise 1. I just wanted you to see the thing I was talking about when you stand up to find the hand position. So start with your wrist a little bit lower, and then you're just going to shift up. See the bridge right here, and the nice firm first knuckles here. And it's not too curved. See, it's just kind of gentle, and then you can feel that grip point. Exercise 2, for relaxation. We've had many versions of this exercise. Now we have finger 4 and 5. So there's a couple different ways of playing this number 2. One is to feel like you have a circle going like this. And so the 4 is the down, and then the 5's the up, kind of like a smile or half moon. Or you can feel like the circle is going this way. So both of these are acceptable, and both of them work really well for the desired effect, which is to have the second note be softer. So the main thing you want to watch out for is not letting your wrist move too fast. So sometimes we're really excited to do our half circles, and we get over here really quick, and then you have to press down on that note. You want the circular motion to go slowly enough so that it feels natural. So when you go in, try not to move your wrist so high that you have to push back down. So here would be an example. If I go like this, and then my wrist is way up here, then I have to reach for my pinky. However, if I move my wrist slowly, then my pinky can just play, kind of pass through on the way up. Here's exercise 2, the side view. I want you to see the swooping wrist, and then I want you to see the lifting wrist. So I'm going to demonstrate both of those from the side. So here's the wrist going underneath. And then here's the wrist going up. Sometimes I like to imagine that your hand is a fish, and the fishing pole is just bringing it up right here, from here. Down, up, So the pinky is going on the way up. So exercise 3 for stretching, we're working on the stretching between fingers 2 and 3. There's a black key in this exercise, and we want to just be mindful of where that black key is, because the hand is going to be shifting around like this during this exercise. So we'll start at a slight angle like this. And then we got the black key. Now angle. Just mention that one more time. I want you to notice that my hands are also creating a little bit of a U shape here. I'm not going to try to stretch like this. However, I'm going to create a U shape here. So when I get to that F, that interval is a little bit more manageable. This could be a little bit dangerous in terms of possibly getting injured, but when you grip to the side a little bit, it just lessens the strain right here. So watch the U shape this time. So you're doing a U shape. So that's my largest interval, and then the U shape can get smaller. Exercise 4 for passing of the thumb in scales, and this is one of my favorite techniques. It's called clumping, and what we're going to do is group the notes together in a scale in between where the thumb is crossing. So it looks like this. Thumb under. The other thing I want you to notice is that for this exercise, you want a real flexible spot right here so your thumb can fold under, and you want to keep this kind of straight. With my younger students, I call this the tunnel, and the thumb is going through the tunnel. I'm not letting the tunnel move like that. I'm trying to firm up these spots so then when this gets more flexible, it can move quickly and the energy can pass quickly through the fingers. Then part 2 is tunnel, so to speak, the other way. And we're going to play finger 2 and 3. 2 is about right here on the keys, 3 is about right here, thumbs here at the edge. Just locking in where that feels. By the way, when you first do this, these fingers might want to be up in the air. So you'll gradually want to tell fingers 4 and 5 to relax, like that. Here's exercise 4, side view. What I want you to see is the tunnel. I want you to see the thumb going through that tunnel. See how it's just folding underneath? And then it's pivoting over. Not a lot of sideways motion. Keep it pretty straight. Okay, exercise 5 for octaves. I actually scooted over on the bench to do this one. This is octaves in between the hands. And so the left hand has the down and the right hand has the in between. So in slow motion, you're going to feel down, up, down, up, down, up. I want you to take a look at my wrists. The left hand is lower, the right hand is higher, because we want to make sure that C is the main note. So if I were to lower my right hand wrist and make them look exactly the same, this is what it would sound like. And that's not really the musical gesture. The musical gesture is fast. Then similarly, on the second half of this, we're going to have the left hand on a black key. So the left hand's wrist is going to be a little bit higher. The right hand will have the downs in this one. So it'll be in slow motion. And in fast motion. Exercise 6 for trills. This is a fun exercise with lots of things going on. The first thing is that the fingers are switching in every measure. So it's 3, 5, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, then 1, 3 with a little tail at the end. So that's item 1. Item 2 is because you're switching your fingers, your hand is going to be switching angles during this exercise. We're not going to do the whole exercise at one angle. So we're not going to go like this. We're going to try to angle it so our fingers are playing closer to each other on the plane of the keys. So that's one thing. The other thing is you're going to play this with a nice, really compact hand position, and your fingertips will be on the true tip portion. Not down here, but really up here, and you'll find the grip point. So the energy will be really going down into the keys. And then finally, with each trill, I'm going to do this as a measured trill. So I'm going to do 8 notes per measure, and we'll have a down on the beginning of the measure, and then all the rest will be gently moving up. So it will look like this. Down, up, 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 up. Now you're going to slightly switch your angle because finger 4 is a little bit longer than 2-4. Should feel pretty nice because those 2 fingers are the same length, more or less. And then this one, just allow your thumb to be here at the edge and finger 3 to be where it is. So take note of that rhythm that I did with the little tail. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 as a down, up, up, up. So down, up, up, up. And then I'm going to do a group of 5. Down, up, 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 down. So let me do that all one more time, a little quicker. I'm going to set up slightly at an angle to match the lengths of these fingers a little bit better. Ready, and. So also try this on black keys and try that with black and white. And just be mindful of the angle switches when you have the black keys involved. Here are the trills. What I want you to see here is how the hand gently shifts when the fingers switch. So we've got 3, 5, down, up, up, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, 3. Exercise 7, quick changes in between chord inversions. This is going to be an exercise from the wrist, so we're just going to be kind of snapping from the wrist. Keep your hands very focused also for this one. So the goal is to get all 3 notes to play at the same time so you don't have this kind of thing going on, but it's a quick snap. I do one big one, and then I'm staying very close to the keys, maybe not even lifting off the keys. Down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down. Exercise 7, we're going to keep our fingers very close into the keys, and each group of 4 will have a gentle lift of the wrist. So it's going to look like this. And then first inversion, second inversion, next is exercise 8 for the double thirds. This exercise is getting progressively more difficult through the book. And now that we're on set number 16, I find this very challenging. So for this one, we want to do the stand up to find the grip point. We've got a nice firm bridge here. We've got nice curved fingers, and we're playing on the full finger pad for this. You're going to be holding down finger 5 and then grouping these thirds together, but then in groups of 4. So down, up, 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 down, up, and so forth. And you want to strive to play those at the same time. And I guarantee you, your fingers are going to not want to play at the same time. Finger 5, it's okay if it's flat, or if you can work on the curve, that's fine too. Don't worry about 5 for that first joint. Worry about the first joint on 2, 3, and 4. So then, once you got it a little comfortable, then try it slightly faster. Down, up, 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 down, up, up, up. You really want to make contact with the keys and stay very close to them. This doesn't work as well if you're lifting off and then trying them to play together, because the lengths of the fingers are so different. So keep them on, get set, and then feel down, up, 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 down, up, up, up. Then here's the harder one, thumb. Then we've got to deal with finger 4 to 5. Down, up, up, faster. Down, up, up. Really concentrating on fingers playing as a unit. 4-2 is one unit, 5-3 is one unit. Exercise 8 for the double thirds. Again, we're going to stand up into that hand position, and then you're going to feel down, up, up, down, up. Same thing. This one's harder. Exercise 9 for the diminished 7th chord. I like this one a lot because we have these diminished 7th chords so much in music. They're just a chord stacked up of minor thirds, and there's 3 different versions of this chord. So it's nice to practice this one in all 3 of those different positions and inversions, by the way. So as we release the chord, the release is going to lead to the next position of that same chord. Notice this little U shape here. I'm not stretching my hand out like this. I'm creating a little U shape here. So the release leads us to the next place. Choose the finger that works for you as a leader. For me, for this particular chord, it's finger 2. So I'm watching finger 2 and trying to find it over here. Sometimes it's the thumb, sometimes it's the pinky. And then the second part of this, I would suggest trying it both ways. They have 2 different fingerings, so you could either go 5, 2, 3, 1, a down, up, up, up there, or 5, 4, 2, 1. You have both of these fingerings all the time in piano music. So 5, 4, 2, 1. Exercise 10 for the 5 fingers. This is going to be the real compact hand position. We're playing on the tips, trying to send the energy through the tips as we move through these 5-finger patterns. And so these are mini gestures. So we'll have down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up. When you're first learning it, do it slowly so you feel the up. So down, up, up, down, up, up. And then try it really fast. Down, down, down. Part 2, difficult. Holding down 2 and 3. And then count that as the first note of your triplet. So we have down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up. I find this extremely difficult because finger 4. Exercise 11 for skips. We're going to start here and walk up the scale on the bottom while keeping the same top note as an anchor. So I like to try to just feel where the top one is and then watch my thumb for the bottom note. And then I like to try to do it with my eyes closed. That's the next challenge you would have. Exercise 12 for chords. Now this one, again, we have the diminished 7th chord in exercise 9 here. Here's exercise 12. We're going to just work on feeling that between the fingers. So this is a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. Between each 2 fingers, there's going to be 2 keys or a minor third. So we're going to feel a down, up motion on every group of 4 notes. So it's going to feel like this. Down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, 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 and then down, up, down, up. You may find this exercise easier to do. I didn't mention it before. If you get your hand set up with a U shape here like this. So instead of having your hand stretched out like this, we're going to gradually kind of shift it over a little bit. So you're still playing with most of your finger pad. It's just that the angle of the hand is shifted slightly, which makes it easier, less tense. So let's try that one more time. Down, up, down, up, down. And then exercise 12 for the chords. Get your hand set up in kind of a U shape. Exercise 13 for tremolos. Again, we're going to have the back and forth motion, hands very close to the keys. This one, like the last one, will get set up with a little U shape here. And the main thing I want to point out in this one with the right hand, the first switch isn't that bad, it's just next door. So we'll have down, up, 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 then next door, down, up, up, up. But when we go down here to the G chord, we're going to pivot over our thumb. Instead of reaching and hoping we'll find the chord down here, we're going to pivot over. So we've got down, up, up, up next door, pivot, and a little bit faster. Before I was talking about which finger is leading in the chords. When we go to the third chord here in the pivot, let the second finger be your anchor. Find where the finger 2 is going and the other fingers will fall in place. And finally, number 13 for tremolos, I'd like you to see the pivot when we switch to the lower position. So it'll feel down, up, up, up next door. Right here, you're going to pivot. You're not going to move and hop. Just pivot over. So that's the end of the tutorial here. And so if you'd like to go ahead and do a playthrough with some guidance, then stay tuned, or tomorrow or the next day, tune in and just do the playthrough with me, alternating right, left, all the way through the whole exercises. Here is the complete playthrough of Boris Berlin's Essential Daily Exercises, set number 16. I will start with the right hand, and then I will repeat with the left hand, doing all repeats. Sometimes I might do a slower and a faster version, and I'll mention that when I get to it. So we'll start with exercise 1, getting that third finger anchored in here, and here we go. One more time. Goal is to get the notes to sound at the same time. Finger 4. Finger 4. And here's the left hand. My left hand, not as strong as my right hand. Finger 4. For exercise 2, let's do both versions. So the first time through will be the lower circle, and the second time through will be the wrist lifting towards the fall board. So here we go. Now lifting up, wrist is going to lift slowly. Left hand, same thing. Lifting in, here we go. Right hand for stretching, here we go. Turn to the side. Slightly faster, ready, and. Left hand, slow version first, here we go. A little bit faster. Exercise 4, here we go. octaves, one slow, one fast. Here's the slow one. And here's the fast one. Part 2, slow. And here's the fast one. For trills, we'll do one time through slowly, one time through more quickly. Here's the slow version. Here we go. 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, 3. And here it is quickly, ready, and. Left hand, same thing. We're going to set up at the different angle with the left hand. So here's the slow one first. Nice compact hand position. 5, 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. My left hand is definitely weaker than my right hand for trills. Here it is a little more quickly. Exercise 7 for repeated notes. Down, up motion every 4 notes. Here we go. And switch. Really listen to see if they're playing at the same time. Now let's try that more quickly. Left hand slowly first. Here we go. Switch. And quickly with the left hand. Here's exercise 8 for double thirds. Here we go. Down, up, up, down. 2 more. Part 2. 2, 3, 4. Left hand, more difficult than the right for me, for sure. 2, 2, 3, 4. For exercise 9, let's do one time through with 1, 2, 3, 5, and one time through with 1, 2, 4, 5. So here's 1, 2, 3, 5 first. Part 2. Down, up, down, up, down. Now everything with finger 4. 5, 2, 4. Left hand, 1, 2, 3 first. 5, 2, 3. One more time. And 1, 2, 4, 5. Exercise 10. We'll do this twice through, so the first time will be kind of a medium speed, and then we'll do it at a quick speed with all repeats. Here's the medium speed. Down, down, repeat. Part 2. Now let's do it quickly. Ready, and part 2. Left hand medium speed. Repeat. And part 2. part 2 very fast. Exercise 11 for the skips. One more time. And left hand is walking down instead of up. One more time. Exercise 12 for the chords. Here we go. A little faster. Left hand. A little faster. Finally, exercise 13 for tremolos. First time slow, second time fast. A little faster. And left hand is a different pattern than the right hand, so the left hand's just walking up. So left hand will go slow and then more quickly. And more quickly. So thank you very much for doing this tutorial and playthrough of Boris Berlin's Essential Daily Exercises, set number 16. I find this set very difficult, and I would suggest spending 2 to 3 weeks on this set. Practice it chromatically, practice it major and minor. Always watch your hands when you're doing these exercises to make sure you're doing them correctly. So I hope that you found this helpful, and I hope you will subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and also videos on piano literature and quick piano tips. Thanks again for watching.